Ladies and gentlemen, personal responsibility is one of the most fundamental, transformative principles in any journey towards self-improvement, success, or a fulfilling life. It's about owning every decision, every action, and every outcome. When you take responsibility, you stop giving your power away. You accept that life isn't about what happens to you, it's about how you respond, how you rise, and how you shape your own path forward. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that external factors control your destiny. Maybe you think your situation, other people, or circumstances outside your control are determining where you end up. But when you commit to personal responsibility, you embrace the understanding that, while you can't always control your environment, you absolutely control how you respond, how you adapt, and what you do next. Taking personal responsibility starts with self-awareness. It's about looking in the mirror and having an honest conversation with yourself. Are your actions aligned with your goals? Are you being accountable to yourself? Or are you blaming others when things don't go your way? Self-reflection is an essential part of this process, as it forces you to confront any patterns of behavior that may be holding you back. For instance, if you frequently procrastinate on important tasks, acknowledging this is the first step in taking responsibility. Only then can you create a plan to manage your time better, prioritize your goals, and eliminate distractions. But it requires being brutally honest with yourself without sugarcoating the truth. It's about seeing yourself as you are, acknowledging both your strengths and weaknesses, and knowing that you alone have the power to make changes. A key element of personal responsibility is moving away from a victim mindset. A person with a victim mentality feels powerless and believes that life is happening to them rather than for them. They might feel that they're always at the mercy of other people's decisions or the impact of external circumstances. However, this mindset keeps you stuck. When you're constantly thinking that life is unfair or that success is out of reach because of things beyond your control, you're essentially surrendering your own agency. Personal responsibility requires a shift in perspective. It's about seeing obstacles as opportunities to learn, grow, and adapt rather than as reasons to give up or excuses to stay stagnant. For example, if you fail an exam or miss out on a job opportunity, a victim mindset might lead you to blame the teacher, the employer, or even bad luck. But someone committed to personal responsibility would assess what they could have done differently, learn from the experience, and take steps to improve. When you practice personal responsibility, you also learn to make better choices. You realize that each choice you make, even the small ones, is a brick in the foundation of your future. Maybe it's as simple as choosing to wake up early to work on a project, or as significant as committing to a career path that challenges you. Each choice has an impact. People who take responsibility understand that success isn't achieved through one monumental decision, but rather through the accumulation of small, wise choices made consistently over time. This awareness builds discipline, as it requires you to think long-term instead of seeking instant gratification. In every moment, you're either moving closer to your goals or drifting further away. Responsibility means recognizing that you alone are the architect of your life. Every action matters. Another aspect of personal responsibility is understanding and controlling your reactions. In life, things won't always go as planned, and setbacks are inevitable. But while you can't control everything that happens, you can control how you respond to challenges. People who take responsibility understand that reacting emotionally or impulsively usually worsens a situation. Instead, they take a step back, assess the situation objectively, and decide on the best course of action. This level of self-control and emotional intelligence is essential for overcoming obstacles and staying focused on your goals. It's about maintaining composure under pressure and not allowing emotions to dictate your decisions. For instance, if you're passed over for a promotion, instead of becoming resentful or demotivated, you could choose to have a constructive conversation with your supervisor to understand what skills you need to develop and how to position yourself better in the future. This is the power of responsibility. It allows you to turn setbacks into stepping stones. personal responsibility is about integrity. It's about being reliable, following through on commitments, and being someone that others can trust. When you hold yourself accountable, you naturally build trust and respect, both from yourself and from others. Integrity means doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. When you commit to taking responsibility for your actions, you begin to live by your own principles rather than being influenced by external validation. You stop seeking excuses and start seeking solutions. For example, if you make a mistake, instead of covering it up or blaming someone else, you own up to it, apologize if necessary, and take steps to correct it. This habit strengthens your character, builds resilience, and creates a sense of inner pride. Knowing that you can count on yourself to do what's right, regardless of the situation, gives you a solid foundation for achieving your goals and leading a fulfilling life. Personal responsibility isn't about being perfect. It's about recognizing that every day you have a choice. Each moment is an opportunity to act in alignment with your values, your goals, and your vision for your life. When you commit to owning your life fully, you unlock a level of freedom and confidence that only comes from knowing you're in control of your destiny. Self-awareness is a cornerstone of personal development and success. It involves a deep understanding of your thoughts, emotions, motivations, and behaviors. Without self-awareness, it's impossible to identify your strengths and weaknesses accurately, understand how you respond to situations, or gauge how others perceive you. It's about being fully present with yourself, noticing patterns, and having the courage to confront uncomfortable truths. Many people go through life on autopilot, reacting out of habit or emotion without truly understanding why they make the choices they do. But self-awareness requires you to wake up from this autopilot mode, to take a step back, and to ask yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing? What's driving my actions and decisions? Developing self-awareness means observing your reactions and habits closely. It's about recognizing triggers, specific situations, people, or environments that elicit a strong reaction in you, whether positive or negative. For example, maybe you notice that you become defensive when receiving constructive criticism, or you tend to procrastinate when faced with a challenging project. By identifying these patterns, you gain valuable insight into what motivates you and what holds you back. Observing yourself objectively can be challenging. It requires that you resist the urge to judge yourself or get defensive. Instead, you adopt a curious, open mindset, treating each reaction and habit as a clue that leads to a deeper understanding of yourself. Understanding your emotional responses is a key part of self-awareness. Emotions are powerful forces that can shape your decisions and actions, often without you realizing it. Self-aware individuals can recognize their emotions as they arise, label them accurately, and understand their source. For example, if you're feeling anxious before a big presentation, self-awareness allows you to explore why that anxiety is there. Maybe it's because you fear judgment, or perhaps you feel unprepared. Once you've identified the root cause, you're in a better position to address it effectively. This awareness prevents emotions from controlling your behavior unconsciously and empowers you to respond in a balanced, constructive way. Emotions are a natural part of life, but they don't have to dictate your actions when you're self-aware. Another crucial aspect of self-awareness is recognizing the impact of your beliefs and values. Everyone has beliefs about themselves and the world, formed through personal experiences, upbringing, and culture. Some beliefs are empowering, while others may be limiting. For instance, you might believe that you're not a math person or that you're not creative. These kinds of beliefs can become self-fulfilling prophecies, holding you back from pursuing new opportunities or developing new skills. Self-awareness allows you to question these assumptions. You ask yourself, is this belief helping me or limiting me? Where did this belief come from? By identifying and challenging limiting beliefs, you open yourself up to new possibilities and start to build a mindset that aligns with your goals and values rather than past experiences or societal expectations. Self-awareness also includes understanding your motivations. Knowing why you're doing something is essential for making choices that align with your true self. Are you working toward a goal because it genuinely excites you, or are you doing it because of external pressure or societal expectations? Are you choosing a career path because it aligns with your passions, or because it's what others expect of you? Many people pursue goals that aren't truly their own, leading to dissatisfaction or burnout. When you're self-aware, you understand what drives you and what brings you fulfillment. This clarity allows you to make decisions that feel authentic, align with your purpose, and create a sense of meaning in your life. A major benefit of self-awareness is improved relationships. When you're aware of your own emotions, triggers, and behaviors, you're better equipped to understand others and empathize with them. Self-awareness helps you communicate more effectively and to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. For example, if a friend criticizes you, self-awareness allows you to consider their perspective without feeling personally attacked. Instead of reacting defensively, you can ask yourself if there's any truth in their feedback and how you might use it to improve. This self-reflective approach reduces conflicts and creates a foundation for healthier, more open relationships. Self-aware individuals can listen without immediately forming judgments, allowing them to connect with others on a deeper level. Building self-awareness also strengthens resilience. Life is filled with challenges, and self-aware individuals are better equipped to face setbacks and adapt. When things don't go as planned, self-aware people have the ability to look inward, assess the situation calmly, and identify what they can learn from it. They understand that failure isn't a reflection of their worth, but rather an opportunity to grow. For instance, if they make a mistake at work, instead of feeling defeated or blaming others, they analyze what went wrong and what they can do differently in the future. This reflective practice not only fosters personal growth, but also builds the mental toughness needed to navigate difficult situations and bounce back from adversity. One often overlooked aspect of self-awareness is understanding how your environment and social circles influence you. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the environments you frequent all impact your mindset and habits. Self-aware individuals notice how their energy levels, mood, and thoughts shift based on these influences. For instance, if you feel drained or negative after spending time with certain people, you may start to question whether these relationships are beneficial to you. Similarly, if certain environments make you feel inspired or motivated, you may seek them out more frequently. Being aware of these influences enables you to make conscious choices about who you interact with and where you spend your time, ultimately shaping a life that aligns with your goals and values. Developing self-awareness requires consistent practice and patience. It's about regularly checking in with yourself, reflecting on your actions, and being honest with yourself. You can cultivate self-awareness through practices like journaling, meditation, and seeking feedback from others. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you notice recurring patterns, while meditation teaches you to observe your mind without judgment. Seeking feedback from trusted friends or mentors provides an external perspective that can highlight blind spots you might not see on your own. Self-awareness isn't a destination, it's an ongoing journey of discovery that deepens as you grow. The more you learn about yourself, the better equipped you are to make intentional, informed choices that lead to a fulfilling and successful life. Eliminating excuses is a critical step toward achieving personal growth and success. Excuses are often disguised as reasons, but more often than not, they are self-imposed barriers that prevent progress. When you make excuses, you create a convenient escape from responsibility. It might feel easier or more comfortable to avoid taking ownership by blaming external factors, but excuses trap you in a cycle of inaction. They prevent you from reaching your potential and keep you from facing the challenges that lead to true growth. Eliminating excuses means breaking free from this cycle and accepting that the power to change lies within you. It requires recognizing the excuses you make, understanding why they exist, and committing to replace them with actions. A common reason for making excuses is fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. These fears create a mental barrier that convinces you it's better not to try at all, than to risk failing or looking foolish. For instance, someone might avoid applying for a dream job by saying, "I'm not qualified enough," or "they wouldn't hire me anyway," but these statements often mask an underlying fear of rejection or inadequacy. By using excuses, you shield yourself from confronting these fears directly. However, the path to success is rarely smooth, and avoiding challenges only limits your potential. When you decide to eliminate excuses, you start facing your fears head on. You recognize that failure is not something to avoid, but something to learn from. Every setback becomes a stepping stone, and every risk you take builds resilience and confidence. Excuses also arise from a fixed mindset, the belief that your abilities and circumstances are static and unchangeable. People with a fixed mindset often believe that their skills are limited or that certain outcomes are inevitable. For example, someone might say, "I'm just not good at public speaking," or "I'll never be able to learn that skill." These statements become self-fulfilling prophecies because they discourage any attempt to improve or learn. On the other hand, eliminating excuses requires a shift to a growth mindset, where you believe in the possibility of change and improvement. When you adopt a growth mindset, you understand that your current abilities are only a starting point, and that effort, practice, and persistence will lead to progress. Instead of saying, "I can't," you start asking, "How can I improve?" This perspective opens doors, increases resilience, and transforms obstacles into opportunities. Another reason for excuses is the desire for instant gratification. We live in a world that promotes immediate results, and this can lead to frustration when goals require time and sustained effort. For instance, someone might say, "I don't have the time to exercise," or "It's too difficult to eat healthy with my schedule," even though these are excuses masking a desire for short-term comfort over long-term health benefits. Eliminating excuses requires patience and a focus on the bigger picture. It's about delaying immediate satisfaction to achieve meaningful results in the future. When you stop making excuses, you recognize that true progress often comes from small, consistent actions taken over time. You stop looking for shortcuts and commit to doing the work necessary to reach your goals, even if it's challenging. This shift from instant gratification to long-term focus is a hallmark of disciplined and successful individuals. A major aspect of eliminating excuses is taking control of your environment. Excuses often stem from external distractions, negative influences, or an environment that doesn't support your goals. For example, if you're trying to focus on studying but your workspace is cluttered or filled with distractions, it's easy to blame your lack of progress on those factors. Or if you're trying to start a new habit but spend time around people who don't support your goals, it's tempting to make excuses about how no one else is doing it. However, eliminating excuses means taking charge of your environment. It's about creating spaces that encourage focus and discipline, surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, and making deliberate choices about where you invest your time and energy. When you control your environment, you eliminate excuses by setting yourself up for success. Another key part of eliminating excuses is accepting that challenges and setbacks are inevitable. Many people use obstacles as reasons to quit, saying things like, "It's just too hard," or "Things never go my way." But successful people know that obstacles are a natural part of the journey, not a reason to give up. By expecting challenges, you mentally prepare yourself to face them without using them as excuses. When setbacks happen, you don't allow them to derail you. Instead, you find ways to adapt and keep moving forward. Eliminating excuses means shifting your mindset from one that views obstacles as stop signs to one that sees them as detours on the way to your goal. This resilience helps you push through difficulties, learn from mistakes, and come out stronger on the other side. Self-discipline is a vital tool in the process of eliminating excuses. Excuses are often a sign of a lack of discipline when faced with a difficult task. It's easier to say, "I'm too tired," or "I'll do it tomorrow." But people who eliminate excuses understand the importance of self-discipline. They know that motivation may not always be present, but discipline keeps them on track. Self-discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's about building routines that support your goals, setting boundaries to protect your focus, and holding yourself accountable. By cultivating discipline, you create habits that override the impulse to make excuses, and you train yourself to follow through on commitments regardless of how you feel in the moment. Eliminating excuses requires taking full accountability for your life. This means recognizing that your actions, thoughts, and decisions directly impact your outcomes. When you blame others or external circumstances, you give away your power to make changes. But when you take accountability, you regain control and realize that you have the ability to shape your future. Taking accountability means asking yourself, what can I do to improve, or how can I overcome this obstacle? Rather than looking for reasons why you can't succeed. This mindset shift is empowering. It transforms you from a passive participant in life into an active creator. It means understanding that no one else is responsible for your success or failure, and that every choice you make, big or small, brings you closer to or further from your goals. A growth mindset is an essential component of personal and professional success. It's the belief that abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed through dedication, hard work, and perseverance. People with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to learn and improve rather than as insurmountable obstacles. Unlike a fixed mindset where individuals believe that their abilities are static and unchangeable, a growth mindset encourages continuous self-improvement. This perspective transforms how you approach everything in life, from daily tasks to long-term goals, making growth and learning a natural part of your journey. One of the core elements of a growth mindset is the understanding that failure is not the end, but a valuable learning experience. People with a fixed mindset see failure as a reflection of their inadequacy, something to be feared and avoided. In contrast, those with a growth mindset recognize that failure is simply feedback. It's an opportunity to analyze what went wrong, identify areas for improvement, and try again with a better approach. This perspective removes the fear and stigma often associated with failure, allowing you to take more risks and step out of your comfort zone. When you view failure as a teacher, you're more willing to tackle challenges that may initially seem intimidating, which accelerates personal growth and development. Effort is also seen differently through the lens of a growth mindset. In a fixed mindset, effort is often viewed as something that only less talented individuals need to rely on, while truly gifted people supposedly achieve success effortlessly. But those with a growth mindset understand that effort is the path to mastery. They see hard work as a necessary and positive part of the learning process. Whether they're trying to improve a skill, learn something new, or accomplish a difficult goal, people with a growth mindset are willing to put in the time and effort it takes to achieve success. They're less likely to give up when things get tough, because they know that each step forward, no matter how small, brings them closer to their goal. A growth mindset fosters resilience in the face of setbacks. Life is full of challenges and unexpected events, but individuals with a growth mindset are better equipped to handle these situations. Instead of feeling defeated by adversity, they focus on what they can learn from the experience and how they can use it to become stronger. For example, if someone with a growth mindset is passed over for a promotion, instead of viewing it as a personal failure, they might reflect on the skills or experiences they need to develop to improve their chances in the future. This resilience allows them to stay motivated and committed, even when faced with difficulties. The ability to bounce back from setbacks is a powerful asset, especially in a fast-changing world where adaptability is crucial for success. Embracing challenges is another hallmark of a growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset tend to avoid challenges because they fear failure or worry about exposing their limitations. However, those with a growth mindset actively seek out challenges, seeing them as opportunities to push their limits and expand their capabilities. When you approach challenges with curiosity and a willingness to learn, you're able to develop new skills and enhance your existing ones. This proactive attitude toward challenges fosters a sense of empowerment and self-confidence as you come to see yourself as someone capable of growth and improvement, Each challenge you tackle builds your confidence, making it easier to face the next one with even more resolve. Another critical aspect of a growth mindset is the willingness to seek feedback and act on it. Feedback is a valuable tool for improvement, but it can be difficult to receive, especially when it highlights areas for improvement. In a fixed mindset, feedback can feel like criticism, as if it's pointing out unchangeable flaws. However, people with a growth mindset view feedback as constructive and necessary for progress. They actively seek feedback from mentors, peers, or supervisors, using it to gain insights into their performance and areas where they can improve. This openness to feedback accelerates the learning process and helps individuals make meaningful adjustments to their actions and strategies. By embracing feedback, you create a continuous loop of improvement that allows you to progress more effectively toward your goals. Curiosity and a love for learning are also defining traits of a growth mindset. People who embrace a growth mindset are naturally curious. They enjoy exploring new ideas, acquiring new skills, and expanding their knowledge. This sense of curiosity keeps them engaged and motivated as they're driven by a desire to understand the world and themselves better. Instead of being content with their current level of knowledge, they're always seeking to learn more. This openness to learning is what drives innovation and creativity. When you're curious, you're more willing to experiment, take risks, and explore unconventional solutions to problems. This can lead to breakthroughs and new discoveries that wouldn't be possible without a willingness to venture beyond your comfort zone. A growth mindset also leads to healthier and more productive relationships. In a fixed mindset, people may see others' success as a threat, feeling jealous or insecure about their own capabilities. However, in a growth mindset, the success of others is seen as inspiration and motivation. Instead of comparing themselves to others, people with a growth mindset celebrate others' achievements and use them as examples of what's possible. This perspective fosters collaboration and mutual support, as you're more likely to learn from others and share knowledge openly. A growth mindset encourages you to surround yourself with people who challenge and uplift you, creating a positive environment that promotes collective growth. Developing a growth mindset is a continuous process that requires self-reflection and conscious effort. It's about being aware of the limiting beliefs and fixed patterns of thought that may be holding you back, and actively working to replace them with more positive, constructive beliefs. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never be good at this," you might shift your mindset to, "I can improve with practice." This kind of self-talk reinforces the belief that growth is possible and that your efforts are worthwhile. Over time, this practice of reframing negative thoughts and focusing on possibilities rather than limitations becomes second nature, helping you stay motivated and resilient. A growth mindset transforms how you see yourself and the world around you. It allows you to approach life as an endless journey of learning and self-discovery, where each experience contributes to your personal development. With a growth mindset, you become more adaptable, more resilient, and more open to new experiences. You see yourself as a work in progress, always capable of becoming more, doing more, and achieving more. This mindset not only helps you achieve your goals, but also enhances your overall quality of life, making each day an opportunity to learn, grow, and become the best version of yourself. Taking accountability is one of the most powerful actions you can take to drive personal growth and achieve success. Accountability means accepting full responsibility for your actions, decisions, and outcomes, even when things don't go as planned. It's about acknowledging that ultimately, your choices and efforts shape your life, regardless of external factors. When you take accountability, you embrace the idea that you're in control of your responses to situations, and you resist the temptation to blame others or circumstances for your setbacks. This mindset empowers you to make intentional choices, learn from mistakes, and continually improve yourself. Taking accountability isn't just about accepting blame. It's about owning your power to shape your future. One key aspect of accountability is self-reflection. Accountability requires you to look inward and honestly assess your actions, attitudes, and results. This involves asking yourself tough questions. Did I put in my best effort? Did I make the necessary sacrifices? Was I focused, disciplined, and committed to my goals? When you self-reflect in this way, you uncover areas for improvement and gain clarity on what's working and what isn't. Self-reflection allows you to understand your own behavior patterns, including habits or attitudes that might be holding you back. By regularly evaluating yourself, you develop greater self-awareness, which is crucial for making positive changes and moving closer to your goals. Accountability through self-reflection is a form of self-respect that shows that you care enough about your growth to confront yourself honestly. When you take accountability, you also commit to following through on your promises and goals. Accountability means that once you set an objective, you hold yourself responsible for achieving it, regardless of any difficulties that arise. This follow-through is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Life often throws unexpected challenges your way, and accountability means staying committed even when things get tough. For example, if you set a goal to exercise regularly, taking accountability means sticking to that commitment even when you're tired or busy. It's about maintaining consistency and honoring the promises you make to yourself. When you hold yourself accountable in this way, you build discipline and reliability, qualities that are essential for long-term success. Consistently following through on commitments strengthens your confidence, as each fulfilled promise reinforces your belief in your own ability to achieve. Accountability also means owning your mistakes without excuses. Mistakes are inevitable, but how you respond to them is what truly matters. When you take accountability for a mistake, you resist the urge to blame external factors or other people. Instead, you look at the situation and identify what you could have done differently. By acknowledging your role in the outcome, you open the door to growth. For example, if a project at work doesn't go as planned, taking accountability might mean admitting that you could have managed your time better or communicated more effectively with your team. This honesty fosters a learning mindset, as each mistake becomes a stepping stone for improvement. Owning your mistakes not only helps you grow, but also earns you respect from others, as people appreciate those who are willing to admit when they're wrong and take steps to correct it. An accountable person takes proactive steps to prevent similar mistakes in the future. Accountability isn't just about recognizing when things go wrong, it's also about implementing changes to ensure better outcomes moving forward. This could mean creating a new strategy, adjusting your approach, or building better habits. For example, if you realize that poor time management led to a missed deadline, accountability would involve not only acknowledging the oversight, but also setting up a more effective time management system. By taking these proactive steps, you show a commitment to continuous improvement. Accountability turns each experience, good or bad, into a learning opportunity, allowing you to develop resilience and adaptability. This proactive approach to mistakes strengthens your confidence, as you know that even if setbacks occur, you have the ability to learn and adjust. Taking accountability also encourages you to be honest with yourself and others. Honesty is a core part of accountability because it requires you to confront reality, even when it's uncomfortable. Being accountable means acknowledging when you're falling short of your potential or when you're not putting in your best effort. For instance, if you've been neglecting a goal, accountability means recognizing that fact without rationalizing or making excuses. This honesty can be challenging, but it's essential for growth. When you're honest with yourself, you create a foundation of trust and integrity, which leads to greater self-respect. Furthermore, when you're honest with others about your mistakes or challenges, you build stronger, more transparent relationships. People respect those who are willing to own up to their shortcomings and work on them, which enhances your credibility and trustworthiness. Accountability also fosters independence and self-reliance. When you take responsibility for your actions, you learn to rely on your own abilities rather than depending on others to solve your problems. You realize that you are capable of finding solutions, overcoming obstacles, and making decisions on your own. This self-reliance builds confidence and resilience, as you no longer feel helpless when facing challenges. Instead of waiting for someone else to step in or solve a problem for you, accountability encourages you to take the initiative and find your own way forward. This independence is a powerful asset, as it enables you to handle challenges with confidence and resourcefulness. When you're accountable, you understand that your success is in your hands, which drives you to take action and stay committed to your goals. Another benefit of accountability is that it fosters a sense of ownership over your life. When you take responsibility for your choices, you become the owner of your journey. This sense of ownership empowers you to take charge of your decisions, behaviors, and outcomes. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstances, you see yourself as a person capable of shaping your future. This empowerment leads to a sense of control, as you know that your actions directly impact your progress. Owning your journey creates a feeling of pride and satisfaction, as you see the results of your efforts and dedication. The more you practice accountability, the more you cultivate a mindset of empowerment and ownership, which fuels your motivation to keep growing and achieving. In the context of personal relationships, accountability enhances trust and respect. When you're accountable, people know they can count on you to be reliable and honest. They trust that you'll follow through on commitments and be transparent if you make a mistake. This builds stronger, healthier relationships as accountability promotes open communication and mutual respect. For example, if you make a commitment to help a friend or support a family member, accountability means being there for them, even if it requires sacrifice. This consistency in your actions builds credibility and strengthens bonds with others. Accountability in relationships also means acknowledging when you've hurt someone or let them down, and taking steps to make amends. By practicing accountability in your personal life, you foster relationships based on trust, integrity, and mutual support.